What's up? Welcome to the Morning Spike. Wake up. I know it's daylight savings time for a lot of people, but guess what? We up, we here, and we're late. But
technically, we're early.
Well, from where it should be. But it is still now 10:20, and it's like, yeah, sorry. But we had to come in on the talk because there's so much stuff going on in the NFL. Because once again, the legal tampering period starts tomorrow at noon. Craziness. Man, you guys just signed Zach Ertz. He's coming back.
Already got Bobby G.
Bobby's already there. Yeah, so he's already coming back. I mean, you still only have 30 other people that you got to sign, but it's a good start.
Yeah, not bad. I'll take it.
We got Derpy in the building. What's up, Derpy?
All right, so let's start with the biggest news, I feel like.
All right, what's the biggest news?
Trade with the Raiders and the Seahawks.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, did anyone see, Geno going for a third round? Like I was like, I thought Russell Wilson would go there for some money, but they really didn't want it. So
yeah, I know, right? What does that say about Russ? Then there's the reports that came out that really blew my mind that they tried to offer Geno and DK for Max Crosby, and the Raiders were like, nah.
Now we good.
Your edge rusher is more valuable than a starting QB and a number one receiver. I just said starting QB. I didn't say.
No, I think he's still. I mean, Geno's probably top 15 QB. So I mean, that's real.
No, yeah, that's what I said. I mean, he's definitely 15 to 10 area, depending on. I mean, I don't know what I was going to do in Las Vegas because they are missing some weapons, but that could change with the draft and free agency.
It's exactly what the draft is going to change a lot of things. I think the Raiders are situating themselves to be a different team coming out of this draft. I'm going to be interested what they actually do.
Running back first round now?
I wouldn't be surprised if Ashton Genty goes to the Raiders.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like this sets up running back in the first round for the Raiders.
So my Steelers haven't done shit. Also wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders trade back. The Brady says, I thought Brian's wife might sneak attack him this morning after forgetting his birthday last week. So, yeah, no, this whole week I've been having to deal with that. And I'm actually going back. As soon as we're done with this, going right back to her. This is a temporary break from not, being whatever she needs. That's probably true. It is
true.
Brian saw the movie Flight Risk over the weekend. It was pretty decent. So, I saw it too. It was all right. It wasn't terrible. This era means if you don't want to pay, trade them away. Well, they offered Geno what? $45 million? $42 million. They offered him $5 million over what Baker Mayfield got. And his people said, no, I'm good. Who the hell wants to pay
Geno? That's why they traded Geno, because they couldn't come up with a contract extension?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were talking about contract extension.
And that was the number one thing on their thing, and he would not budge. He said, no, we would rather do something else. And Geno's now looking for an extension over $45 million. Is Geno Smith better than Baker Mayfield?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know who would choose Geno over Baker Mayfield. Would anyone?
Yeah.
Maybe Geno's wife, but that'll be it. Everyone else would choose Baker Mayfield, including his mom. Like, I don't know. But that's what happens, and then that's what the trade actually happened because of that. And apparently, Pete Carroll likes Geno Smith more than he wants Russell Wilson. Also, Brady says Seattle offered.
Well, it's weird because I heard 35. Wow, interesting. Well, I thought the Raiders had a lot of interest in Sam Darnold, which apparently is now, because of this trade, switched over to the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this could have some
for him some good money
on both free
draft. I think they just also want to get younger.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's just crazy though, because I mean, Seattle or Vikings were sitting there like, oh, maybe it's not too hard to bring back Darnold. So I guess there's some real interest there.
No, so apparently they said it's not happening. Yeah.
Well, they probably can't afford him now because other teams are going to be offering him. Like Seattle's probably going to be like, here's 40.
I think that Seattle's going to be like 40, 42.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not younger.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Cleveland's going to offer him some money.
Than Gino. We'll give you. I don't know what Cleveland's doing, honestly.
Did you hear about Myles Garrett? Why he said he decided he wanted to make the trade and he asked for a trade? He said he was sitting on the field.
If they can't get boards.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, my computer was like I thought it was spazzing out for a second. No, so like, huh? Am I back?
Yeah, you're good.
So I don't know. Two things. One, Kirk Cousins. Okay, Kirk Cousins trade. Oh my God, what's my computer doing?
Oh no, we lost him. So as he was saying, so the reports from Schultz is that the Seahawks are trading Geno Smith to the Raiders and have shifted their primary focus to Sam Darnold. He is the number one option. He has mutual interest on his behalf as well. It is likely that Darnold returns to the Vikings It's unlikely that Darnold returns to the Vikings according to multiple sources now. So, but you don't go ahead with what you're saying.
Yeah, no, my internet's being weird. It's going up and down between 2 and 1 bars.
Gotcha.
Oh no. Connection's unstable. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Anyways, well, the thing with Kirk Cousins is he will be pretty affordable for anybody who wants to trade him because I think the Falcons are giving him a hook for most of that money. But I heard if they can't get Darnold back, there's a huge interest for the Vikings to get
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Follow the whole Brett Favre track, the whole thing.
Yep.
So here,
I mean, he had the extra year in New York because he got hurt, but
yeah, but well, it's okay. Just follow the whole blueprint and go all the way through, and then that means they'll lose somewhere, and someone will end his career next year. Say, here you go. So here, Tom Pacero said that the offer was less likely, less than the $41 million, and the short term, considering that he could be a bridge quarterback ahead of JJ McCarthy. Rossini reported Friday that Smith is seeking between 40 and 45 million per year, and the Seahawks will not go over 37. So that's why the trade happened. That makes sense. Okay, I got you. I heard the Jets are going after Justin Fields. Did you hear anything about that?
Yep. They have interest in Fields.
They say that he's athletic. They think that his best football is in front of him. I saw a couple
things from ESPN and NFL.
What did they say?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly what I saw.
Okay.
That's what they said. They said that the Jets think highly of Fields. They like his athleticism. His best football is still ahead of him, and they feel like if they put the right coaching staff around him, they can succeed with him.
Well, I mean, Aaron Glenn saw him for years. So he knows what he's talking about. He's seen him up close and personal. So I think that makes a lot of sense. We got T in the building. What's up, T? Appreciate you jumping in. Seattle in a rebuild. Why cut Lockett and maybe trade DK away? I've heard that DK is going to rescind his trade request. If they do sign Sam Darnold, DK will rescind the request and stay in Seattle. You there? Oh, you think? There you go. Gino hit a lot of his weaknesses in Seattle O-line.
I'm having some issues. Like, you're very delayed, and I only hear every other word.
Why don't you go and restart? I'll read the rest of these things and come back.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So Braden said Gino hit a lot of his weaknesses of the Seattle O-line. Plus, he's easygoing and willing to do whatever Pete wants. And Las Vegas, if it will result in winning. Yeah, Gino has already seen how bad it could be, right? You can see how bad it could be. So he's like, yeah, no, whatever you say, I'll get the ball away. He gets the ball out of his hands. He's seemed to have learned how to play the quarterback position. So I think this is a really good job for Las Vegas. He's better than a game manager, but he understands his responsibilities. Therapy says most of the Supernatural cast will be there. Daredevil himself will be there. Charlie Cox will be there. Most Superman actors, except Cavill, will be there. Troy Baker and the Flash cast and the Avatar. That's everybody. The OG cast is all going to be there. Wow, that's pretty cool. And Cleveland, okay. You know, we got some good things in Chicago, but I might have to make a drive to Cleveland if all that's happening. Says Giancarlo Esposito will be there too. Okay. And then T says, no, he isn't better than Baker. Yeah, I know. That's the point. Baker Mayfield is making what, $35-36 million. So I don't understand all these quarterbacks thinking they're going to make more than that. So I don't wish the Jets on Justin Fields, and I'm a Jets fan. That's where quarterbacks go to die, man. I don't know if I want that either. I think Justin, I would rather him be either in the Giants, but it seems like the Giants are going to trade up for the number one pick for the draft. Stay in Pittsburgh, but the problem with Pittsburgh is they're trying to offer him $15 million a year for and they want a multiple year contract. No, if I'm Justin Fields, I'm like, no, why would I do that? You know, I'm looking at $25 million. Give me a 3 year, $75 million contract. That's what I need. You know, I could say I'm not Baker Mayfield, but I'm young enough that I could earn my money, right? So I'll take a 3 year, $25 million contract and not be upset. So, you know, I don't understand what the Steelers are doing. And she said my Steelers are idiots. Yeah, agree. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Oh, no delay. Okay, cool.
Christian Kirk to the Texans is a great steal. That offense is going to be amazing. And they didn't have to get rid of anybody. So that's even better.
Didn't you say that last year when they got Stephon Diggs?
Well, I mean, they didn't know the entire receiving core was going to get hurt. Who knew that? The Seattle lowered their asking price for DK to a second, though.
Oh, hey, look at that.
I don't know. I mean, because what did we see? We said that last week, right? And then all of a sudden we hear a first and third. They're like, for what?
Well, I think they were just starting high, obviously, to negotiate lower, but
would you be surprised if DK all of a sudden says they sign Sam Darnold, he says, no, I want to stay?
I don't know if Sam Darnold's going to be the thing that makes him stay, but
I think the problem was that Gino was getting older and they haven't had anything for the future.
Yeah, but that offensive line isn't great, and we've seen how good Darnold is with a not very good offensive line.
But you can fix that in this draft.
You can.
You know, there are definitely some people there that are available that you can do some special things with. Every time I hear the name Aaron Rodgers, I throw up in my mouth. Oh man, I so want to see Aaron Rodgers go to Minnesota. I just want to do it. It'll make me feel so like fulfilled.
Like he wants $30 million a year and wants to play where it's warm, so he's leaving.
Who's gonna give DK $30 million?
Yeah, see, even Braden Sam Darnold behind that O-line. Oof.
Yeah, but you will have to definitely fix the O-line. And there's some guys that are available. I was looking at the draft and saying who really has a first round grade truly. And there's about 14 players that truly have a first round grade. And as far as offensive linemen, there's not much. You got Will Campbell, who everyone is saying is a guard. He is not a tackle. All right. You have Armin Mimbu from Missouri because he's unbelievable. They say basically he's Jason Peters. And then we have Kelvin Banks Jr., who's Rashawn Slater from the Chargers. That's the comparable, and that's it. There's only 3 guys that they say is a first round grade for real. Okay. Anthony says the Chargers will pay DK and they can get Adams.
Or they can get
Adams. Why would you pay DK if you get Adams?
I mean, I think Adams would be best case scenario because you get those young receivers around one of the best to do it.
Mm-hmm. Show them how to be great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe teach someone QJ how to catch. He's like, hey, so these are hands.
These are hands. The ball goes like this. You bring it in.
He's like, oh, that's what they're for?
Oh, okay.
But I think a lot of teams, this is going to be a very deep starter draft. So you'll be able to get a lot of, centers, guards, in the second, third, fourth round that are able to start on your team. And this is a very important draft. I don't think you're going to get a lot of stars. You get some pass rushers, but you're not going to get these unbelievable stars that are going to be game breakers, but you're going to have guys that are going to be the meat and potatoes of your team. So if Seattle went to this draft saying, I need to refix my line, go real young and just sign one other guy, they can fix it. But if I'm saying Darnold, would I rather Cleveland or, who else will be there? The Jets. I don't want any of those teams. So I'd rather go Seattle and take some money.
I mean, if Sanders drops out of the top 5, I don't know who's drafting.
I think someone will jump up. I actually think that we're going to get to the draft and 3 quarterbacks are going to be gone in the top 15. It happens almost every year. And I think this is going to surprise everybody. And then Dart's going to some teams are going to say, we'll try Dart with a bridge quarterback.
I could see Dart being one of those guys where one of the teams with a high second trade back into the first. So they get that 5th-year option.
Well, there's a lot of people saying this, right? So if there's a lot of teams competing, maybe they go up higher just to do it. Or a team that has 2 picks, they'll have a second pick. So they'll get their left tackle and they get, this quarterback that's going to be some time. So take some time.
So bridge quarterback like Derek Carr.
Exactly. I mean, you literally it's exactly the team. I would not be surprised if we get 3 quarterbacks in this early. I mean, I'm saying top 20 picks.
Well, the Saints are at like what? 9? 11?
Probably. Are they right behind us or right in front of the Bears? I'm not sure.
I think they're right there by the Bears somewhere.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And we talking about pick, 13, 12, 13. All of a sudden, the Saints are 9.
Yeah.
So if they get, so what if they 9 and they trade back in like 18? 2-for-1 special. Probably taking one
trade back.
They could
get more picks.
Mm-hmm. Anthony says Von Miller is out. He was released today.
He was.
Yeah.
Saved $8.6 million, I think it was.
Does that also mean a team looks at Von Miller and say, hey, come here. We'll give you a 1-year, $15 million contract to see if you can, be the old guy one for a year?
Well, I'm sure we'll have Khalil Mack on one side and Von Miller on the other. 10 years ago, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, will be. I still think Khalil Mack is going to come home. I think that's what I think the Bears are going to.
That's not even where he started. If he's going home, he's going to the Raiders.
He was here one time. He's home. This is it. He's here. Come home. You know, Khalil, your home is still here. He never got rid of it. Come on, we got you. So Worthy won't be charged after the arrest last night, or was it Friday night? I don't know how that happened. Like, how do you not get charged?
A lot of these Kansas City receivers go wild in Texas in the offseason.
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
Oh, so like, man, him and Rasheed could be, sellies. Until he paid off his family member to be like, nothing happened.
He actually paid the money. So Worthy was booked in jail in Williamson County Sheriff's Office for assault of a family or house member. Impeding breathing or circulation. Wow, by choking him. Online records did not have any detail of the arrest. The online court system said that the case was declined or dismissed because there's no proof. Wow. Well, you got some money, you can do that.
Right.
So the Ravens are re-signing Ronnie Stanley, so the best offensive lineman and
I know
Reggie is gone. Yeah, he is gone. I knew that he was going to go do that. Ravens were not going to let him get to free agency. But good news for you guys, as we said, we talked about Zach Ertz being coming back to the Commanders.
Yep. Yeah, I figured of everyone we let go, Ertz, when he said he was going to come back because he's had a new, renewed sense of love for football. Yeah, I figured we were signing him, and I just knew Bobby Wagner was coming back.
Yeah, you have a great quarterback. That makes a lot of sense, huh?
Yeah. I was like, well, I figured those two were coming back. But outside of that, I don't really know what's going to happen. We'll have to see.
Anthony says, someone said, you can't run routes? Good. Come on in.
No, I can about Zach Ertz can run routes.
He's talking about Xavier Worthy and Texas receivers we were just talking about before.
I was like, Zach Ertz was pretty good routes.
So if you look at the New York Giants roster right now, check out their roster. Who's the only QB on their roster? They have one.
One? Is it Drew?
Is DeVito is the only QB.
Oh my God, Tommy DeVito
is the only QB on their roster right now. Everyone's either free agent or it's something like that. So Tommy DeVito is the only QB left on their roster. Yep, he said, and they just re-signed him too. 100%. Oh my God.
Yep. Because Tim Boyle and Drew Lock are unrestricted free agents.
Yep. So he is they signed a 1 year, $103 million $100.03 million contract.
Crazy.
Well, Derpy says breaking news. He says that there will be no Myles Garrett trade. I don't know how that's breaking news because Myles Garrett has been said that. That's what they've been saying, that he's not going to. They're not going to trade.
Yeah, well, if there's no Myles Garrett trade, there's no Myles Garrett next year. So
exactly, he said he was going to sit down.
He said, "I'm prepared to miss games." Like he didn't even say training camp. He said games.
So here's the trade on from trade to truce and beyond. The Browns and Myles Garrett reached an agreement today on a record contract extension averaging $40 million per year. Includes $123.5 million in guaranteed money, and now makes him the highest paid non-QB in NFL history. The source tells that ESPN. Myles Garrett's agent Nicole Lynn of Clutch Sports and Browns GM Andrew Berry finalized the deal today. He is now making an average of $40 million a year.
Oh, so he's getting re-signed, so there will be no. He's coming back.
Yep.
It's gonna end everything.
Which is crazy. $40 million. I mean, I think he's worth it. I think he's worth it, but and you know what? It's funny because they restructured Deshaun Watson's contract to make this money happen. And I think it was up to like 6 o'clock in this morning. I saw a message saying that they're trying to explore a potential reunion, but I guess you stay home for $40 million.
Right.
Oh, so Jimmy Haslam went to Myles Garrett's house to make it happen. $123 million guaranteed. That's pretty crazy. So don't be surprised if J.K. Dobbins goes to the Giants. I mean, he'll give him a real good eight games. He'll be excellent for 8 games, and then you'll go from there. So $123 million guaranteed, yes. So I'm tired of players saying I want to leave and then signing a contract with the same team. Dude, shut up.
It's a negotiation tactic.
I mean, his story was believable. He said that he was on the field and he saw Deshaun Watson, you know, writhing in pain, and all you can hear is cheers from the crowd. And he said, "This is the point where I'm leaving Cleveland." And I think he was probably telling the truth. And then he saw $40 million a year and realized, yeah, I can't pass that up.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, money talks.
40 million says a lot.
Yeah. Oh, 40 million a season? Oh, yeah. Cleveland ain't bad.
Hey, I could see myself growing up here, Cleveland. All right, you know. So Myles Garrett is not being traded. Does that make everyone turn their attention to Trey Hendrickson?
Well, I said it last time we were talking because Max Crosby gets the extension. It's so weird because you hear all these people who are on the market and they're all getting these mammoth extensions. Mm-hmm. Like these teams were like, I don't think so. Or maybe they explored trading and they just weren't getting the value back.
No, I don't think they can't. I think that they realize how bad this free agency period is. And they don't want any of the free agents. That's why everyone's trading for these new people. And if you want to keep your people, you got to pay them. How's it going?
Hey.
Your son will be back soon.
Hopefully.
So, I mean, this is huge. With Von Miller being on the market and now Myles Garrett gone, it changes everything. But, you know, does that mean Trey Hendrickson now re-signs with Cincinnati? They try to make him the new highest paid.
No, they can't afford it.
He has to go, right?
He's gone. But, I mean, they can't even sign Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. So I'm sure Trey Hendrickson just saw how those were going. They're like, you know what? I just want to go. I'm not even going to try.
Where do you think he goes?
Well, I mean, you got to think the favorites would be the people who've been the favorites for all the other ones, right? Detroit, Commanders.
Well, you know, number one is like I'm looking at Vegas odds. Who do you think the number one is?
Commanders.
100%.
Yeah.
Who do you think the number two is?
Detroit. No.
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Who do you think number
three? The difference between you and Detroit and then us is you still have one. We have none.
Yeah, but that's only because you gave us one.
I'm aware. I'm just saying we have none. So like we need him a lot more than you two need him. Although Detroit might not have any either, depending on his recovery, I guess. But
if I'm gonna say this about the Commanders.
Crazy how Mike Gesicki is the first player re-signed by the Bengals.
Exactly. I will say this: if the Commanders get Hendrickson, then you're a contender in that division. That makes you a contender if you get him. With Debo, I think you've made some real big moves. Get another running back, and we're talking about the sky's the limit. You know, unless you have that sophomore slump or the sophomore come back here, I think I could see you guys at least being the Texans of last year, at the least.
Well, that's why I said it just sucks that this free agency is nowhere near as good as like even last year's free agency. Because at least I feel like the Texans were like preparing in ways for possible sophomore slump because the way they were like, let's
get a really good running back. Let's figure out.
We're going to running back. We're going to bring in defensive people. But I'm like, I don't know how well we can really do that because it's just who's available.
I mean, you might. Will you be surprised the Commanders go high for a running back? This is a really good running back draft. I mean, those top 7 are all great. They could all be starters now. Those top 7 could all start and be better than the guys from last year.
You're not wrong.
So I could see. I mean, first 3 rounds, one of those picks.
How high are we talking? Like first, second?
Second. I'm saying second.
Probably second, depending on who's available when our first pops. Maybe. I mean, if Omarian's there. I don't think he will be, but
I think Hampton's going. But yeah, I think you get a second round. I mean, if you get Henderson, all of a sudden, now we're cooking gas, man.
Okay, on the right team.
Is he really? Is he?
Right.
I mean, Joey Bosa had Khalil Mack on the other side and still couldn't do nothing.
It's true. Except for hit himself in the head with his own helmet and make himself bleed.
Because he's hyped. I'm so hyped.
He gave himself a concussion.
All right, so third for Hendrickson is Green Bay. Fourth is Indianapolis. And fifth are Falcons. Detroit's not on the list.
Interesting. It's a little weird because Detroit was on everybody else's list. Well, apparently they don't want Trey Hendrickson. Interesting.
Yeah, wow, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised by that too. I thought Detroit would be on this list, and they're now on there. I've looked at 2 or 3 different websites, and it's now Chicago, Commanders, and Falcons. And the Patriots, who have more money than God, could also do it too.
That's true.
Yeah.
They need help all across the board as well.
Tell me if you'll be okay with this trade package for yourself.
Oh, this will be interesting. Let's see.
Would you be okay with trading Deron Payne and a 3rd round pick for Trey Hendrickson and a 4th round pick?
Why don't we get rid of all our defensive tackles?
That's the package that they're talking about.
I mean, I don't know.
Because you have to pay him too. Payne's base salary is only $3.1 million more than Hendrickson. So you match his salaries with the trade.
Interesting.
Would you be okay with that?
I mean, I guess if we did that, that means
you paying him
probably drafted a defensive tackle.
Yep, but you have to pay him over. Yeah, pay him over $30 million too. So that's the thing.
So, and I mean, I know even in the first round, there will be a starter caliber defensive tackle available. So we said there's like 31 of them. So
yeah, there is 31 in the top 100. So yeah, that makes sense.
So I mean, I guess if we went that route, I mean, it's just crazy though, because if we get rid of all our defensive tackles, then
you don't have a proper defensive tackle. Unless you go
sign
how Williams.
Good are they? We did pretty good with the edge rushers we had last year because our defensive tackles were so good.
What if you want to go sign Williams from Eagles?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
You know,
I mean, I guess he is available, the top free agent.
Mm-hmm. You pay one, trade for the other, and now you have everything you need.
I guess that's true. Forgot about Williams being available.
So
take that, Philly.
Exactly, and then you hurt your rival. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, he was like their defensive MVP in the playoffs. So.
He was the best player on the field. What I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So Washington first round pick will be someone on the offensive line or wide receiver. Why would you need a wide receiver now?
Yeah, I don't know if you need a wide receiver now.
Washington has to pay Lattimore and Debo already and pay Trey. We're not a free bank. Why are you worried about paying people? I never understand that.
Why are you worried about? Lattimore isn't even that expensive. We went over this already. The Saints are on the hook for most of his salary.
Like, why are we worried about paying anyone? And Debo's $17 million is a steal.
Right? I'm like, you do know if you want to get good, you have to pay people. That's the Chiefs that. They know.
This is what you do. You pay.
So I think Bolton's a free agent.
Exactly. When you have a quarterback that's on a rookie deal, you pay everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You get as much as you can because you try to win within that window. For you, both of our teams, it's a 3-year window right now. 3 years. Because that money's coming, it's going to come due. And it's looking like it's going to be $60 million by the time it's our turn. So
I don't even want to know what Jane. If Jane Daniels keeps going up, he's going to be more than 60.
Man, I think it's going to come back to reality. But yeah, I mean, this is what it's going to be, a huge chunk of your salary cap with this quarterback. So try to win now. You know, that's the only thing that makes sense. Man. So Over the Cap has the top 5 teams with the most salary cap going into free agency. Number 1, we all know, is Washington with $125.1 million. Okay.
Wow, we jumped up to number 1.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. New England is a.
Yeah, I was going to say. I know we had close to 100 million, but I didn't think.
No, you're down to 64.2 after these signings.
Oh, that's true. I forgot Debo and.
Yeah, the trades and the signings, and you're down to 64.2. Number 2 is the Los Angeles Chargers with $90.6 million because it saves so much on the Bosa deal and not re-signing Mac. Las Vegas has $80.8 million. That's what Gino. Cardinals have $77.9 million, and Washington, as I said, has 64.2. That's pretty good, man. I mean, that's a lot of money out there to sign a lot of players. Washington does have to watch out because, I mean, you guys still have to sign probably Jeremy Chin and you just did Zach Ertz, so you have to watch out. But let's spend your money.
I bet New England's kind of sad.
Why?
Titans trade first round pick to the 49ers for Purdy?
I didn't see that. That just happened? What?
I'm assuming it's a proposed trade. That can't have not just happened. I find that hard to believe.
I just was on everything. If that happened.
Rumor trade. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Much better. I was like, what?
Because
excuse me now?
They said that's only a nuclear option if everything can't do it. So the 49ers already offered them $45 million to Brock Purdy. And is that too high, too low, or just right? What do you think?
We went over this already. Remember, you said it was too high.
I think it's too much. But
yeah, we talked about this already.
They said it was offered today or 2 days ago. I'm sorry. And the deal is still not going. It's not going as well as they thought. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. Oh. What do you think? What signing do you think is going to happen tomorrow that's going to surprise everybody?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if anything's going to be that surprising just because of the caliber of people who are available. I mean, maybe Nick Bolton going somewhere. I think like the Broncos. That'd be pretty shocking.
I think Milton Williams is the one that's going to be a chance to surprise a lot of people. How much money he's going to make.
Who?
Milton Williams. The one we just talked about.
I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. And how much
I
money he's going to
heard
make.
that he's going to command a lot of money.
I'm going to go out and say possibly $23 to $25 million a
The
year.
big question that I saw on him was, while he did play super well in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, don't really know what he can do as a starter because he wasn't a starter; he was a rotational player.
No, that's a good question because I mean, $25 million for a guy who you don't know what's going to happen. He only had 5 sacks during the season,
and that's what they said. They were like, he's going to command over $20 million, but like the question is he going to be worth it? Could be, could not be. Maybe if he is a starter, his production goes even higher. You know, being a defensive tackle in Philly isn't the easiest thing with all those people that they have there.
I think my surprise signing was going to be Justin Fields.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe one of the quarterbacks, like Sam Darnold, signed with like the Titans. Like that'd be crazy.
That would be huge. Yeah, that would be huge.
And they'd be like, "Yeah, we're not going with one of these quarterbacks. We're going with Sam Darnold."
I think the more you break down these rookies coming out, you see that the guys who are here are better, especially if they're young.
Yeah, this is not a great quarterback rookie class. I think it's better than the one, Malik Willis in that one for sure. But
well,
you look at like
Cam
the one we
Ward,
just had.
Cam Ward at his best. Do I think Justin Fields is a better prospect than Cam Ward? Yeah, I do.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he had such a great one last year with, the 5 going in, or 4 going in the first. Like,
and they're all doing well, all starting.
Like Bo Nix surprising people. I mean, Jaden Daniel, even Caleb Williams looked really good at times.
But
we don't know what JJ is because he got hurt in preseason.
But I mean, and then even when you look at Atlanta, like we all got good quarterbacks that we all think could play going forward. But they're all younger. I mean, all older. All these quarterbacks are all older. This year they're not. This year they're younger, and I feel like a quarterback like that's 26 years old might be a better option. A quarterback that's 28 years old might be a better option. So that's why Sam Darnold, Justin Fields might be something. And I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Fields gets $28 million a year. I just don't know if it's going to be the Steelers that pays him that.
Yeah. Where would your surprise signing for Fields be? I mean, obviously the Jets, but I don't think at this point that'd be too big.
That's not surprise anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
My surprise signing would probably be the Giants. All of a sudden, because we hear number one, and they decide Justin Fields is a better option than Cam Ward.
Well, I saw something last night or this morning that said there's some real interest with the Giants and Aaron Rodgers.
I don't even understand that at all. Unless you want to bridge quarterback.
He already did the New York thing. I think he's good.
Well, if you want to bridge quarterback, I guess,
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers, even at 41, views himself as a bridge quarterback.
I think he knows he's on his last leg. I think he knows that now. He definitely is, though.
I mean, that's why I kind of like free agency being before the draft, because I feel like you see what teams do in free agency, which kind of hints at what they're going to do in the draft. Like I said, Titans go Sam Darnold. Who knows? Maybe they're trading out of the first. Or they go Carter, maybe. Be like, we'll solidify the defense, solidify
that would. That would be.
I mean, for Sam Darnold, that could be best case scenario because, I mean, the offensive line isn't terrible there.
Yeah, but if you get one more player too.
That's what I'm saying. Get one more man for that offensive line. Like, it's pretty good. So I mean, you don't have receivers, but
who cares? You can teach. You can fix that eventually. Get through the first year.
Well, even in free agency, I mean, you got Godwin. You get throw Godwin,
Amari Cooper,
and boom, you got. I mean, they're not.
But they're going to help a young quarterback for a little bit. I mean, Keenan Allen is supposedly not coming back to Chicago. So, I mean, he's going to be available. I mean, I'm hearing Amari Cooper is supposed to be visiting on Tuesday. But if someone signs him before then whatever.
Oh, he's visiting the Bears.
Yeah. So, whatever Darnold gets, Purdy should get more than that. Whatever that is, whatever Sam Darnold is,
I don't disagree.
get Purdy more. But I think they're already offering more than that.
Von Miller will get signed quick.
Would you be surprised if Von Miller retires?
Honestly, either way, I wouldn't be shocked. If he got signed quick, if he retired, if he maybe waited for a contender to get an injury.
Exactly. And,
He's in that range where, just anything's possible at this point.
I'm going to sit back and wait and see if someone needs one.
What team will be the first to make an impact tomorrow? I say 3 teams: Chargers, Giants, or Jets.
I think as soon as the legal tampering period starts, that you're going to hear that the Bears have made 2 signings, the Commanders have made 2 signings, and then the Chargers have made 2 signings. As soon as it comes up.
Who are the Chargers? What impact signing are the Chargers making?
I'm going receiver. They have $90 million. They have $90 million.
Godwin?
I can see Godwin. I can see I think the Chargers are going to sign back Keenan Allen. I think they're going to sign up for a real cheap deal. I think that's already done, personally. But
Miller is 36. Can't imagine there's much left in the tank. I mean, you're not wrong. That's why I said he's in that weird space.
He's won a Super Bowl. He was the Super Bowl MVP. Like, he's not just won it. He was the best guy out there. So, it's not.
Well, he's in that weird space where, he's earned the right. If he still wants to play, someone's going to sign him and let him play.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to retire. He's earned the right to retire. They're going to be right off into the sunset. He signed with the Broncos to say goodbye.
He could. A one day deal.
Well, maybe a 1-year deal.
I don't know if he wants to play. That's what I want to hear from him first. Say if he wants to play.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he wants to play, but I mean, you're right. If he doesn't want to play, then it'd be like a 1-day deal kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
what do you think about Byron Murphy Jr.? Do you think he goes somewhere even with you? Would you be surprised if they signed Byron Murphy Jr.?
I personally wouldn't be. I know corner is a need.
He's 27 years old. He's probably going to look for $18 million.
Probably will. He had his best year last year with the Vikings. And the one thing with Dan Quinn is he knows how to develop corners. So.
Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, And
look how good the Cowboys secondary was while he was there, and then how it's kind of
falling apart.
Yeah.
My last question is, where do you think Josh Sweat goes?
That's another. What do we get Williams and Sweat?
That would be amazing. Why would you trade for Trey Hendrickson if you get Williams and Sweat? That's a better move, isn't it? And you don't have to give up any draft.
We would have to trade. Well, then we're not going to get Williams if we're keeping Payne.
Yeah.
You trade for Hendricks with Payne, and then you bring those two in. You got Hendricks and Sweat. You got your defense.
That's all your money, though. That's all your money.
I mean, you're not wrong. But the defense will be good.
Yeah, your defensive line will be great.
Yeah.
Anthony says, where do you see Chase Young going?
No one cares. He's got a bum neck. No one's signing him.
I'm not signing him.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I can see Sweat going. The biggest spot I've heard Sweat, though, would be the Bears. Sweat and Sweat.
Which makes a lot of sense. If we could do Josh Sweat and Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden now we solidified our rush and we're good. And we spent
a nice rotation with the 3 of them.
Yeah, and we spent $26 million on 2 guys. Probably closer to $30 million on 2 guys. But Khalil Mack will probably be a 1-year deal. 1 year, $11 million deal. You spend, $20 million on Josh Sweat and something like that. And now you have your rotation of guys. What's going on? I think that will change this team's fate. And we'll see because we have to, because we are still in the toughest division. Detroit is still Detroit. They lost their coaches, but they didn't lose any players. Fuck Green Bay. I wake up every morning and say that.
Hey, Dallas actually does something. My division's not going to be easy.
I mean, you still have the Giants there. I mean, Philly is nasty, so I mean that's the problem.
What I'm saying. Philly's going to be.
Yeah. Slade will definitely signing back with Philly. He's definitely signing back.
According to Alex inside sources. It's already a done deal.
No, I can see it. I mean, that's why he's not even on anyone's list.
Yeah.
Do
you think we go Byron Murphy or do we go
DJ Reed
and bring in Reed?
Yeah, go DJ Reed. I think you go Byron Murphy because it makes money, dollars and cents.
Yeah. Reed will be like what, 25 mil?
$25 million. I think you got paid Reed $25 million, and then but you go, you say, okay, I'm going to go get somebody and be able to sign multiple people. Byron Murphy just makes a lot more sense for me. He's the same thing as Deebo Samuel on the other side of the ball.
Yep.
He's literally the same guy.
27. Well, Tebow's 29, but he's 27.
But he could play the same way, very physical, makes your defense better, and you can still go out and sign a edge rusher. You still sign what you need there. So NFL all year round, we back, baby. We never left.
Well, except for that 1 week, we took a week off because
exactly
Ryan was in Dallas, but.
But all NFL stops in Dallas, guys. All NFL stops in Dallas.
And then we almost took another week because he came back sick.
Made it happen anyway, guys.
Yeah, we made
push through. We got to push through. Speaking of that, my time is allotment is almost gone. My wife, after last week, I owe her some more time. So we're going to end the show right here. I cannot wait. If something big happens, I might have to text you, Mark, and let you know. We're going to jump on and talk about it because these signings are
absolutely. If I'm available, I'll do it.
So don't be surprised if you see us coming on tomorrow or Tuesday because a big signing just happened. It's like this Khalil Mack unbelievable trade.
Or a big trade.
So
especially if it involves one of our teams,
oh my God. We're gonna be on it like crazy. I might, if the Bears sign someone stupid, I'm inviting Mark on to the Panda Grizzly show. That's what's going to happen, and he'll tell me.
Trade for TJ Watt. What?
That would be nuts. That would be nuts.
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet on the TJ Watt front all of a sudden.
Because I think the Steelers are trying to figure out a way to get the quarterback and sign them, keep them going.
Yeah, but they've got to be shaking in their boots with all these edge rusher signings.
But
Myles Garrett's got $40 million.
Yeah, but TJ Watt's $31 million.
TJ Watt's stats were better.
But he's older.
He is older by 2 years.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing.
And
he's also injury prone.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he was 31. Oh, he's 30.
Well, he will be 31 this season. I think that's what we said.
In October. Yeah, his birthday is a week before mine. He's the 11th.
That's 11. Okay.
So he will be 31. But Myles Garrett will be 30 during the season, wouldn't he?
Didn't Myles Garrett just turn 29?
Nope, December 29th.
So
I guess he'll be 30 towards the end of the season.
To the end of the season, yeah. For me, he just turned 29.
That's only 2 months difference between the two.
It's a big 2 months.
October to December.
It's a big 2 months. For a full year. It's a year and 2 months.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just meant like in the season, their birthdays are only 2 months apart.
All right, guys. So just have the stream open live for 24 hours a week. We're not Martin. So we don't have a green screen behind us at all times, ready to go.
Like the green screen guy, just constantly like do.
But soon enough, we'll be at full power. The league year starts, guys, this week. I can't wait to see who's signing crazy players. We'll talk about your team, your favorite team next week. Come join us definitely on Tuesday at the Panda Grizzly Show and Wednesday on Dynasty Pylon. We will be talking about all these great things. But once again, if something happens, it's huge. I'm calling Mark like, hey, let's jump on real quick. And we'll be right here with you guys in case of that. So with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Anthony, thank you. Braden, thanks for being jumping in. Derpy, always appreciate you being in with us. Man, T, thank you for visiting and giving your comments. And I'm sorry you're a Jets fan, but you know, we all have our own problems, man. So, and Bev, also thank you for jumping in and commenting too.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll be bringing someone back very soon. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here because I can hear her walking upstairs, and I gotta be ready. So, thank you guys, and we'll see you.
Thank you guys
next
later.
week.